It's Penny and the professor. Here's Penny.
Hi everybody. So today we're going to work on taking that deeper exploration into our words and pictures like we talked about with Cassie's question. And I was thinking we learned a little bit more about the illustrator and why he drew the pictures that he drew or where he got those ideas from, and our discussion was really great with that. So now what I want to do is I really want to look at those pictures and see if they add, maybe the words or the pictures are going to add more details to what we already know. So in our last lesson we started a text evidence organizer, and I'm going to put it up on the board right here. And we talked about things that CJ sees and things that CJ hears. So things he sees and things he hears in the book on certain pages. I'd like to go back to those pages and see if we hear any more details, like deeper exploration details that might add to our text evidence organizer and tell us more about the book and more about why CJ uses his senses or how he uses his senses to see and hear the world around him. Let's look for some details. So we're going to start on page 7, which is the page up on the board. Looks like this. It's where the bus comes. And I'm going to read it to you first, and then I want you to listen and see if you hear any additional details that we could use in the illustrations. You can look at your illustrations and listen to the words and see if you hear or see any more details, additional details we could add to our evidence organizer. So let's go here. It says, "Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire, and old Mr. Dennis, who always has a trick for you." The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the doors swung open. What additional details do the words and illustrations tell us about the bus? What else did you notice about the bus? What do you guys think? Yeah, that's right. Nico, good job. So I heard Nico say that he sees that there is fire breathing on the bus. He sees a dragon breathing fire. That's right, that's right. Isabella said she doesn't think that the dragon is real. It's a picture of a dragon, but it still is breathing some fire and it looks cool. Nice. What else did you guys hear? What other additional details did you notice about the book? Yeah, Yesenia, that's perfect. So Yesenia was thinking that it said the bus was sagging. So that's kind of like an old, tired look, right? Sagging down. Yeah. What's that, Penny? Something else? Yeah? Oh, yeah, you're right. So Penny also wanted to point out that it said that it was sighing. So sighing, when it said sighed and sagged, it was like, here I am, right? I'm a tired old bus, so here I am. So I think we could add some of that to our evidence organizer. So let's add that there's a dragon on the side of the bus under what he sees, because he can see the dragon on the side of the bus. So we'll add that up under what he sees, and then under what they hear it sighing and sagging, right? And making those like crunching kind of noises like it's tired old bus. So I'll write those up under there, and then let's turn to page 15 and 16. And see what we got here. So it says, two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood in back. "Sure wish I had one of those," he said. Nana set down her knitting. "What for?" "You got the real life thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song?" CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was ready, plucking strings and beginning to sing. "To feel the magic of music," the blind man whispered. "I like to close my eyes." Nana closed hers too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. What additional details do the words and illustrations tell us about these boys that got on the bus? What do you guys think? That's right. That's right. So I heard two people yell out real quick, "These boys are taller." Look how much taller they are than CJ. They're definitely not little kids like CJ. They're definitely older. Maybe teenagers, right? So they're like probably older. They're teenage age. What else did you guys notice about the boys? What did you notice, Penny? That's right. Penny said she noticed they're not with a Nana. They don't have a grandma or an adult or anybody with them. They must be old enough to be there by themselves. So that definitely means they're older. They're taller. They don't have anybody with them like a mom or a dad or a grandma or a Nana. So those are things to notice. Good. And you can see that, right? He can see with his eyes that they're older and taller and that they're on their own. Good. What did you guys, any additional words in the illustrations or anything that you guys heard about the guitar? Because we had written that he saw a guitar before. So did anybody, and maybe he heard a guitar too. What did you guys notice about the guitar? Oh, what's that, Fluffy? Oh, Fluffy has a guitar. Okay, Fluffy, can we borrow it? Yeah, okay, thanks. So Fluffy has a little toy guitar over here in her little bucket. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, look at this little guitar. It's just right for Penny. Can Penny borrow it? Yeah, okay. Oh, here it is. So Penny's got this cute little guitar now that she's borrowing from Fluffy. Isn't that cute? So it says that he was plucking the strings. Now, I wonder what that means, to pluck. Is that like playing the guitar? Or is that like dun, 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 just little, like pulling each string at a time? I think it might mean that. So it's just kind of like playing little bits, like not really playing a song yet, just kind of getting ready, right? Making some little noises with the guitar. I could pluck a guitar, but I couldn't play a song on it. So plucking is just kind of testing it out, making sure all of the strings are in tune and all that. So we could put down definitely that he heard plucking, guitar plucking. And also there was something that the blind man was doing. He was whispering. So when you whisper, it's really quiet. So he might have heard some whispering and it was quiet. I don't even know if you can hear that on the video, but whispering is really quiet, right? It's not like, hey, guess what? Everybody should close their eyes for the song. It's more like, hey, if you close your eyes, it'll be a better experience listening to the music. So let's all close our eyes. And then they all did. Yeah. All right, let's try pages 21 and 22. We're really getting a deep exploration, you guys. This is really great. Thank you. If you have your book with you, turn to the page that looks like this. It's right when Grandma and CJ get off the bus and they're walking through the neighborhood. And I want to read what the words say because you're going to hear some details in these words that are not in the pictures. Okay, so we've got a picture of a city street here with some buildings, but listen to the words. There's a lot of detail in these words. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti tagged windows and boarded up stores. He reached for Nana's hand. How come it's always so dirty over here? So, did you guys hear what he said about the sidewalks? I mean, you can't even see the sidewalks in the picture, but he said they were crumbling. So have you ever walked on a sidewalk that's like all broken up and has cracks on it and stuff and it's kind of crumbling apart? That's what the sidewalks look like to him. So I think what he saw was crumbling sidewalks. So we'll put that on our evidence organizer. And then also he says that he saw broken down doors. So doors that were broken, not fixed and brand new, right? Graffiti tagged windows. I don't know, we do see some graffiti here. Like you can see some painting and some words and stuff written on the sides of the building. Graffiti means it's painted, and in our town we have a lot of really beautiful murals and paintings in our town on the walls downtown and on the streets and in the alleyways and stuff. Sometimes people aren't very nice and they just spray paint something on there and it's called graffiti, and so when they just graffiti it, like just make it all splash painted, but you know, maybe they weren't supposed to, or maybe they were. Sometimes it just looks different than what you would expect just a plain clear glass window to look like. It can look really cool or it can look really messy. It just depends. And we don't know because the pictures don't really show. It just says they're graffiti tagged. So it could be beautiful artwork or it could be messy scribbles. I'm not sure because the picture doesn't say, so we have to imagine that. Then it also said boarded up stores. So boarded up pretty much means it's closed forever. Like it's got, you know, boards on it, like big pieces of wood blocking it so you can't go in that store anymore. It's just closed down. So that looks kind of sad to him and maybe even dirty, he says. So those are a lot of things he saw. I don't know that he heard anything on that page. He also, his grandma sees some other things. She's seeing some pretty things that she mentions on the next page. So if you turn the page, It says, CJ saw the perfect rainbow arching over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful where he never thought to look. He looked all around them again at the bus rounding the corner out of sight, and the broken down street lamps still lit up bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. So on this page, I think our deeper exploration of what he saw a rainbow, a beautiful rainbow. He saw it arching above the buildings, like curving, arching across above the buildings. He even saw a bus. We said bus, but the details are that the bus is out of sight, which means it's not in our view anymore. He can't see it anymore because it's driving out of sight. He said he saw broken street lamps. So last time we said he saw street lamps, well, now we can add a detail that they're broken, and we can add a detail about the shape of the cat. The shadows are the shape of a cat, which is kind of cool. So it's not just a shadow, now it's the shape of a cat shadow. So that's our details there. So now that you guys know how to look up details, I want you to think about, how did the words and illustrations help us learn more about the evidence or what CJ sees and hears? So how did taking that deeper exploration tell us even more about what he sees and what he hears? Give us some details in the discussion today and tell me what you think you learned by taking that deeper exploration. What did he do, or what did he see and hear that we found in the words that was more details than what we had before? It's a pretty big question, and I hope to see what you guys are thinking about in the discussion. Have an amazing day, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.